Hey everybody, just a quick update on to the last videos that I did on what you can and can't bring uh, on a plane according to TSA. Just a reminder, what happened is that we discovered during our perusal of the TSA website that you were allowed to bring live fish and live coral on the plane as carry-ons, but you couldn't check them. But lobsters could be checked. Um, and for carry-on, it said ask the airlines, and so it wasn't even clear that you could actually do carry-ons, uh, and uh, and but you could check live lobsters. And so at the time we asked the question of what about crawdads and crayfish, however you want to call them. And so I think that issue came up in the second video, so part two. And at some point, maybe it was the end of part three, I promised that I would contact TSA and ask them what do we do about crawdads. And so just to let you know, I have contacted TSA and I have gotten a response from TSA. And so given that, here's what TSA had to say about in response to my question about whether you can bring crawdads on a plane. All right, so TSA sent me to this website here, this blog, and this is about information about traveling with seafood from September 2020. All right. And so it goes through a few various things. And so going through what you can do in terms of bringing seafood on the plane. And so they first talk a little bit about tuna. So what does it say about tuna? As long as the seafood isn't in liquid, you'll have no issue bringing it or carrying it on. So you can actually bring tuna, there you go, or halibut or crabs. And here's actually where things get very interesting. So, halibut, okay, you can have halibut in a completely frozen or ice packs and things like that. So that's good there. But crabs is where it gets interesting. Don't get crabby. You may be asking yourself, can I bring my favorite blue crabs home with me? Or in this case, it would also work for crawdads. Well, you're in luck. Here I'm going to try to highlight this. Live seafood is permitted in both carry-on and checked bags. And so there is the answer to the question about crawdads. And in fact, this actually applies to both crawdads, and TSA right now is saying here, according to this blog, they are saying that lobster is going to be okay as well. And so lobster can be either carry on or check baggage. And people from Boston will be able to verify that you can actually bring lobster through security at the Boston airport, and you can take it places. And so that's actually a well-known thing, despite what the other website said. Nope, this is actually a clarification. Live seafood is permitted in both carry-on and checked bags, and if you bring live seafood, and so that's going to include crawdads. That's what they say. Recommend you place your seafood in a separate, ideally clear container, and remove it from the rest of your items for the screening process. Going to send them through the x-ray again. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, so there's the answer to our question. TSA came through, so thank you to TSA for answering the question about how we can handle crawdads.